Okay guys, so the first thing that I'm doing is I'm going to take some tissue with some liquid latex and I'm going to apply that to my cheek where she kind of has like the rotting open flesh. So first I apply the liquid latex, a thin layer, and then I'll apply the tissue, and I usually like to separate it so it's super thin, and then I'll apply some liquid latex over that just to make sure it's fully coated and the edges are smoothed out. And then I like to add usually two. You can add more layers if you want to make it thicker, but I just really don't, it just doesn't come out good if you add a lot. So I just added another layer, and I just want to make sure the edges are completely flush as much as I can get them, and then it dries super fast. But I'm gonna apply some on my forehead as well because she kind of had some rotting on the top, but it wasn't fully opened, and I just want to add texture. On camera you can't really see it, but in person you can really see the texture of the liquid latex. So I applied it, and then I'm just gonna let it dry, and then I'll kind of tap it with that sponge a little bit and it'll open up just to make it look like it's peeling a little bit. I just like the fact that it adds texture. So then I'm gonna add some blue. These are actually water-based paints. I'm finding that I really like these paints better. I will link everything in the description box, but I'm really finding that I like the water-based paints more, and I'm getting a little bit better with them. It takes kind of some practice because if you put too much water, you can't really build on it and it will just smear it right off. So I'm getting a little bit better at adding it so it's more opaque. But I'm really liking them just because they last really long and then they're super easy to take off. So right now I'm just kind of peeling back a little bit of the liquid latex again just to make it look like it's peeling. And then I'm going to open up my cheek. Now I do this all the time. Just be very careful because I'm using scissors, but my scissors would not work. They would not cut at all. They just weren't good scissors. So it would have worked a lot better if they actually did what they were supposed to do. So I ended up having to kind of just peel it open with my hands, which I was going to do anyways, but it would have been a little bit easier with the scissors. Anyway, so I just opened it up a little bit just to make it look like my skin was open and it was like kind of, you can see the inside a little bit, just to give it a little bit of dimension. Then I'm going to kind of map out one of my eyes. I only did one eye because I just wanted to do something different. There's a lot of corpse brides out there, and I just wanted to kind of make it a little bit different. So that's why I decided just to do one eye the way I was doing, and then the other one just completely blacked out with the little wormy guy sticking out. Just to make it different a little bit. And also it's easier because the other eye is just completely black. So I added a blue base at first just to make it kind of dark to my eyelid, and I kind of just blended that out. I didn't really do too much on the eye. I mean, it's just a basic blue smoky eye, so it's pretty simple. So I added the base first, and then I'll add a matte blue shadow after just to kind of blend it out a little bit. And then I ended up doing just the lower white liner to make my eye look bigger because I knew I had contacts and I was going to use those instead of just having my whole eye closed, because I knew I was going to have my other eye closed because then I would be completely blind. But so I needed to keep this eye open instead of just drawing it on my eyelid. So I added a little bit of white from the Makeup Forever Flash palette just to make it more opaque. I should have set it. I completely forgot to set it, so it did end up creasing and looking a little bit weird, but if I would have set it, it wouldn't have done this. And then I'm just taking an eyeliner and I'm gonna kind of make my lower lash line look as real as possible. So I'm just adding a little bit of liner and then a little bit of black shadow, and then I'll blend it out with the blue, a little bit of blue shadow. And then of course after I finished that, I went ahead and added some lower lash line lashes to the bottom. And then I added one strip and I thought it wasn't enough. So I added some individuals as well just to make it pop a little bit more. And then I moved on to my eyebrows, which I did with a eyeliner pencil, a liquid eyeliner. And then I actually took the blue eyeshadow that I used for my eye and I just started kind of contouring my face a little bit with that same blue eyeshadow. And then just to make it easier and faster, I kind of went around that little liquid latex cut rotted spot with the same brush. And first I went with blue, and then I went with a little bit of black in it, and it really made it look a lot more realistic, and instead of just going in with paint first. So I did that, and then I went around my forehead just to make it look a little bit rotted. So after I went in with the shadow, I took a little bit more of the Makeup Forever Fat Flash palette with this kind of sponge thing, just to darken it up a little bit, and it makes it a little bit darker. And then I'm also going to fill in that rotted spot, because inside it looked like she just had it black. I'm also going to use the Makeup Forever Flash Palette to cover one of the eyes completely black. I didn't do the inside of my eye because I already knew it was going to be completely, I could have, but I knew it was going to be completely shut and you weren't even going to see it, so I just didn't even bother to do like liner in the inside. I just, this is an oil-based one, it's not water-based, so it's a little bit darker. I added that, and then I just blended the outsides to make it look a little bit more blended and smoked out. Then use the same color to make like her little pointy nostrils. And then I added the lipstick. It's a Huda Beauty lipstick. I will have everything linked in the description box and listed down there, so don't forget to check that out because I don't have it right here in front of me. Now for the wig that I had, I actually ordered this from Amazon. It's a really light blue wig, and I already had it because I used it for something else, but I had cans of blue spray paint, the hairspray, and I thought it was going to work, but I ended up running out of both cans because one was half empty, which I didn't realize. So I couldn't make my hair that blue, that much blue, and I thought it was too light, so I was trying to use the black hairspray that I had, then I ran out of that. So I kind of just had to leave it the way it was, but I did want it a little bit more blue. And then I just made this little crown. And so next it was time for me to put the little worm that I made on, and I actually made it myself out of a real gummy worm. It actually broke because I twisted the end too much because it was already hard, but it ended up working anyways. I made it out of a gummy worm and some paint, super easy, super fast. But so first I glued with lash glue my lashes together just to keep my eyes closed. I do not recommend this. Don't try this at home. I mean, nothing happened to me, but it was the only way I can keep my eye closed. So I glued my eyelashes together with lash glue. And then I tried to apply liquid latex to my lid to keep the little worm guy on, but it wasn't holding it enough because he was a little heavy. So then I just ended up adding lash glue, and that actually worked. So I just stuck him to my eye. So my eyesight is actually not really good, especially far away, seen far away. And the contacts that I was going to put in, they're like really, really big and white, and they don't have a prescription in. So I had one eye closed. I was basically blind after I put my the contact in. I was working blind and had to just finish the rest of the video like that and try to get it done. It was not cool, but still fun. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and don't forget to check out some of my other Halloween videos that I've done in the past, and thank you guys so much for watching.